Unemployment plays a big role in everyday society, affecting thousands and thousands of people. The unemployment rate is forever changing, and governments need to make fundamental decisions regarding interest rate cuts, which should attempt to minimize unemployment. There are two types of unemployment: frictional unemployment and structural unemployment. Frictional unemployment is associated with job search, when people are temporarily unemployed while they search for a new job. This unemployment is usually of short duration. Structural unemployment is the results from the mismatch between the skills that businesses require and the skills that workers have. Structural unemployment tends to be longer in duration because it takes time for people to acquire the new skills that the labour market demands. There are four factors that affect the natural rate of unemployment: minimum wage laws, unions, efficiency wages, and job search. Minimum wage laws forces the wage to remain above the level that balances supply and demand. When the union wage is greater than the equilibrium, it raises the quantity of labour supplied and can reduce the quantity of labour demanded, resulting in unemployment. Efficiency wages are when firms set wages high to motivate workers to perform well in their jobs. And the last factor is job search, which is the process of matching workers with appropriate jobs given their tastes and skills. These four factors have a major influence in deviating the unemployment rate.
The following visual concept of unemployment, derived from a wage above the equilibrium level, demonstrates how a surplus of labour due to the minimum wage laws provides an excess in the labour force willing to work. This drives the unemployment rate up due to the businesses employing less people in the labour force. As you can see, the surplus of labour equals unemployment. This is one of the four main components of the natural rate of unemployment.
I think what it does is throw the gauntlet down to the other big banks in particular to pass this rate cut through in full.
In relation to the statistics Roy Morgan Research have provided, the form of unemployment is most likely to be frictional due to it being the most common form of unemployment. In regard to the 9.8% unemployment rate Roy Morgan have published for April, this figure is more likely to be a more conservative rate of approximately 5%. The conclusion can be explained by the sample size of Roy Morgan statistics, with Roy Morgan Research surveying only 4,500 people, whereas the Australian Bureau of Statistics has surveyed 0.45% of the population. This sample size provided by the ABS will provide a more accurate indication of the unemployment rate. However, if Roy Morgan Research on unemployment is correct, the government would need to urgently cut interest rates in order to stimulate the economy, decrease inflation, and lower the unemployment rate. This will be partially passed on by the big four banks, with the interest rate cuts adding on to basis point cuts, which will be passed on to more likely variable home loans, shown in this clip. If this decision by the Reserve Bank of Australia occurs, it would attempt to bring the unemployment rate back to its natural rate, which is approximately 4.7%.